Dreams.
Discipline. Demand.
Everyone craves the dream, but few are willing to embrace the discipline it takes. The truth is plain. Dreams aren't handed out, they're earned through unwavering discipline. Without it, your desire is nothing more than a daydream swirling in your mind. No matter how inspiring your vision is, it holds no value unless you have the determination to make it real. You might picture the success, the home, the career, the legacy, but unless you're disciplined enough to show up daily, especially when it's tough, when it's dull, when no one notices, you'll remain stuck. You don't earn recognition for dreaming. The world only notices what you actually achieve. Discipline is the dividing line between the ordinary and the exceptional. It's not about being lucky, or gifted, or well-connected. It's about showing up and doing what's necessary, exactly when it's required, whether you feel like it or not. Either you master your emotions, or your emotions will master your fate. Either you control your time, or you lose it to distractions. Understand this. The road to your dream isn't built in one burst of inspiration. It's laid brick by brick, in the early mornings when you'd rather sleep, in the late nights when others are winding down, in the skipped indulgences and resisted temptations. Every choice of discipline is an act of loyalty to the person you're becoming. There is no triumph without tension. You want freedom, earn it through order. You want victory, earn it through sacrifice. Stop waiting for rewards from wishes. Success is magnetized by discipline, like fire to fuel. The more consistent your effort, the brighter your flame. You don't need another burst of motivation. What you need are principles. Motivation fades. Discipline endures. Discipline is showing up on the days you'd rather stay home. It's silencing that inner voice begging for ease and pushing through anyway. Discipline is a battle with your lesser self, and each time you choose discipline, you win another round. Ask yourself honestly, do your habits reflect your ambition? If not, you're not being honest with yourself. Wanting something isn't enough if your actions don't prove it. That's not drive, it's delusion. Goals mean nothing without the behavior to match. A man chasing the crown must train like a king, not plead like a pauper. Discipline breeds momentum, and momentum breeds mastery. One deeply focused hour daily will outpace 10 scattered hours once a week. Forget the giant leaps. Master the micro steps. They grow into giants. The one who trains quietly every day becomes the one the world can't ignore. Most people are distracted. Most are soft. Most are busy being entertained. If you can lock into discipline, you're already dangerous, already ahead, because while others scroll, you study. While others give up, you dig in. While others whine, you execute. Discipline is a lonely path. That's the toll you pay for rising above. You will lose friends, lose comfort, lose approval, but in exchange you gain control, you gain direction, you gain a life others admire, but didn't have the strength to create. That's the truth. Every legend began as a disciplined unknown. A person who refused to back down, who refused to break, who stood tall while everything inside them screamed to quit. You want greatness? Then suffer for it. Bleed for it. Sweat for it. Rise again and again until your dream is forced to surrender to your will. There's no other road, no hacks, no shortcuts, just discipline. Master that, and you master everything. Because a dream without discipline is just deception. It feels good to dream, to picture the life, the success, the status, but dreaming is cheap if it's not followed by work. Discipline is the price tag attached to your goals. Without it, dreams are just illusions, visions with no weight, no roots, no future. Discipline isn't optional, it's the baseline, the non-negotiable agreement you make with yourself every day to become who your goals require. And if you don't commit to that agreement, comfort will rob you blind. No one's coming to make you get to work. No one's going to stoke your fire for you. That job is yours. The longer you wait for motivation, the longer your dream stays dormant, until someone with less talent but more discipline snatches it from your hands. The world doesn't reward intention, it rewards resilience. Dreams are flashy. Discipline is invisible. Dreams are fun to imagine. Discipline is hard to live. Dreams cost nothing. Discipline costs everything. But only one creates change. It's easy to get fired up at the start. Day 1 is full of energy. But what separates winners is how they show up on day 20, day 100, on rainy days, on tired days, after losses, when no one's watching and quitting whispers loudest. That's where dreams are either buried or born. Discipline doesn't complain. It doesn't hesitate. It doesn't stall. It gets it done. It knows your emotions don't matter. Your execution does. If you let your feelings control your grind, your results will stay small. You'll stay busy, but not productive. Active, but not advancing. True discipline is savage. It cuts out noise. It walks away from ease. It doesn't chase approval. It's the voice that says go when every fiber of you says stop. It tells you to keep pressing after defeat, after pain, after being laughed at, because it knows greatness is shaped in struggle, not in comfort. The most disciplined aren't always the most skilled, but they're the most consistent. They rise not on feelings, but on values. They show up when it's painful, stay when it's boring, sacrifice what's easy for what matters. That's the power of discipline. It keeps you moving forward, even when it feels like you're standing still, even when no one gets it. If you truly want something, your actions will match. Because chasing a massive dream without massive discipline is a joke. You don't deserve a dream life unless you pay for it in effort, in pain, in consistency. If you can't keep promises to yourself, you won't keep success. If you keep choosing comfort, you're choosing small. Without discipline, there is no destiny, no freedom, no success. Until you own your habits, you'll never own your future. Every choice you make builds your dream, or buries it. Every time you hit snooze, avoid effort, or skip what matters, you delay the life you say you want. Discipline shapes identity. You start trusting yourself. You no longer chase hype. You don't need permission to grow. You build in silence. Every set, every hour, every difficult choice, every lonely moment becomes your strength. While others sleep, you grind. While they quit, you adapt. Discipline transforms average into unstoppable. And that transformation isn't loud. It's in your patterns. It's in how you talk to yourself. It's in how you show up when no one else does. If you crave greatness, then behave like it. Not occasionally, daily. Consistency is non-negotiable. Vision dies without stamina. You don't need another jolt of motivation. You need more discipline. Become the one who does hard things without applause, who shows up without praise, who pushes without being pushed. That's the one who wins, who breaks limits, who builds a legacy. You don't have to be the most talented, just the most consistent, because when discipline becomes your lifestyle, you outlast them all. Talent runs out. Hype fades. But discipline stays. It becomes the final word when everything else has failed. Discipline is the truth. When excuses sound convincing, it's the reason you'll say I did it while others say I almost did. And that difference, that's everything. You're planting seeds unseen by others. You're crafting a life that doesn't rely on approval because your focus is locked on the mission. True consistency shows up when it's tough, not just when it's easy. It means becoming the kind of person who trains even when exhausted, reads when bored, works when discouraged, and pushes forward while everyone else stays still. Every expert began as a beginner. Every top performer started in the shadows. What set them apart was their refusal to give up, their commitment to repeat the same habits, disciplines, and routines day after day until excellence became their normal. Success isn't sudden. It's a slow, steady burn. At first, the fire is invisible. You don't feel the heat right away. But if you stay consistent daily, that quiet burn grows into a blaze that destroys every excuse and doubt in its path. Consistency is the secret few respect. It's not flashy or thrilling, but it works. You can't become great at anything until you commit to consistency. Too many people chase the new and exciting instead of mastery. They quit the moment boredom sets in. They pivot when progress slows. But consistency doesn't care about fun. It's about discipline. which means choosing your future over your feelings. That's the difference between interest and obsession. The obsessed repeat the process. They trust it. They live it, because they know every day counts, every repetition matters, and every purposeful action builds unstoppable momentum. You don't rise to your dreams. You fall to the level of your habits, and those habits are formed through your consistency. Look at your results. Do they match your potential or your discipline? If you're tired of restarting, stop quitting. If you're tired of being stuck, stop pausing. If you're tired of waiting, start showing up. Not just once, not just for a week, but for as long as it takes. That's when success respects you and starts moving toward you. Not when you chase it aimlessly, but when you demand it consistently. The greatest advantage you can build is consistency in a world full of chaos. While others waste time, you create it. While others break promises, you keep them. While others wait for the perfect moment, you act in imperfect ones. While others quit, you press on. With every day you stay the course. You build momentum, and momentum is magic. It multiplies your effort, focus, and confidence. What once seemed impossible months ago becomes second nature. What once scared you becomes your new normal. But none of this happens without staying consistent long enough for the breakthrough to arrive. No one watches in the beginning. No applause comes for waking early or grinding late. But those quiet wins build unshakable character. They show you're not hoping for success. You're preparing for it. The world can't ignore someone who refuses to disappear. It can't deny someone who shows up again and again with the same fire, focus, and hunger. Become that person, and you become unstoppable. The one who endures, the one who rises, the one success respects because of habits. Decide your future, not your wishes, luck, or past. Every result reflects your daily actions, not occasional words. Habits are invisible architects of success or failure. You don't get what you want. You get what you repeat. Every small choice, thought, and action votes for the person you're becoming. If you want to predict your future, don't look at goals. Look at routines. Your future isn't waiting. It's being built, one choice at a time, one habit at a time. People overestimate motivation and underestimate the relentless power of routine. Motivation fades. Habits don't. They act when you're tired, when no one believes, when it's cold. Habits execute. That's why successful people build systems, not just dreams, because systems remove emotion. Habits create consistency, and consistency leads to excellence. The difference between average and extraordinary isn't talent. It's repetition. What you do sometimes means nothing. What you do daily means everything. You either train your habits, or your habits train you. There's no middle ground. You're either climbing or sliding. Excellence isn't an act. It's a habit. Every morning you choose to build discipline or excuses. Whether you grow stronger or weaker, sharper or duller, your habits prepare you for success or keep you stuck. The most dangerous habits are the small ones you dismiss. Hitting snooze, skipping a workout, wasting an hour, telling a lie. They compound. Success is built on small things, as is failure. You don't crash in an instant. You drift off course, one lazy habit at a time, until consequences wake you. If you want big dreams, you need matching habits. You can't chase greatness with average actions. You can't expect to rise living like everyone else. You don't earn elite results with casual effort. You earn them with obsessed consistency, with the commitment to do what others won't, holding yourself accountable when no one's watching. If your habits don't align with your goals are empty words. The universe gives what you earn, earned through your patterns. What you tolerate today becomes your identity tomorrow. Change your life by changing your habits. Nothing else will last. If your daily choices don't change your results, neither will the body, business, or confidence you want. It starts with deciding to act differently. Not once, but always. That's why self-discipline is freedom. It gives you control. It gives you power to steer your life instead of letting circumstance decide. Discipline isn't punishment. It's permission to level up, built by better choices repeated until they're automatic and become who you are. You don't rise to ambition. You fall to practice. Your practice is shaped by your habits. So ask, what are you rehearsing daily? Self-doubt or mastery? Delay or discipline? preparation to lead or to follow. Every action trains you. You're always becoming. If you don't shape your future intentionally, you do it by accident. And that costs wasted potential. There's no greater regret than realizing you were the biggest obstacle all along. The truth, success hides not in big moments, but in boring, repetitive, consistent habits no one sees. It grows when you choose the right thing, even without applause. It grows in silence, in solitude. When you master basics relentlessly, they become your advantage. While others chase shortcuts and skip steps, the committed build foundations. When storms come, foundations hold because they're built on habits, not hype. Your life now reflects habits you formed yesterday. Your life tomorrow depends on habits you build today. You're not stuck. You're in a pattern. Want to change outcomes? Change inputs. You don't need more time, you need more intention. You don't need permission, you need consistency. You don't need perfect, you need persistent. You're always one habit away from a different future. Every day is a vote, every action a brick. Keep building, repeating, refining. Your future isn't written. It's rehearsed daily by habits you live. Discipline means acting despite mood, moving without motivation, executing without applause, doing it even when not ready. Mood is a trap, unstable, unreliable, swayed by doubt or distraction. Discipline is your anchor. Discipline says, I said I would, and follows through when you want to quit. While others back down, discipline delivers. Because greatness isn't found in feelings. It's forged by doing what you don't want to do. Champions aren't made on good days. They're made on tired, sore, silent days. They don't wait for inspiration or perfect conditions. They know success demands sacrifice, and sacrifice demands emotionless consistency. The disciplined treat their mission like a duty, not a mood-based choice. They don't confuse feelings with facts. Their goals outweigh temporary emotions, so they act anyway. They get it done because the work isn't optional, the dream non-negotiable, and the path only walked by those trained to perform under pressure. If you want change, stop acting only when it feels good. Start acting because it's necessary. Your future depends on it. The world doesn't care about your motivation. It cares about your output. Results earn respect, not reasons. Discipline makes you dangerous because it frees you from mood swings. Most are stuck riding highs and lows. You move straight ahead. That's how mountains are moved. Not by bursts of energy, but relentless pressure over time, whether you feel like it or not. The undisciplined are slaves to comfort. They wait for the mood to act, but moods lie, delay, betray progress. If you rely on mood, you'll cycle between starting strong and finishing weak. You'll live in bursts, never long enough to break through. Discipline asks no permission, waits for no sign. It moves silently, purposefully, because the vision is non-negotiable. When the vision is clear, discipline is default, not option. It doesn't matter if you're tired, frustrated, or uninspired. What matters is what you do. Every push reshapes your identity. You train your mind to obey purpose, not preference. That's a warrior's mark. A warrior acts, commits, finishes, not for comfort, but because the mission demands it. Discipline means showing up in the rain, working when bored, grinding with no applause. You sharpen your edge daily because life rewards discipline. The difference between wish and result. Everyone wants more, but few follow through when it's hard. When fire fades, doubt creeps. Discipline builds momentum, stacks wins, shows up on hard days. That's what sets them apart. Their habits hold, their results stack, their future bends in their favor, because they don't negotiate with weakness or listen to delay whispers. They crush it under execution's weight. Each time you choose discipline over mood, you grow stronger, telling yourself, I control my life. That belief, repeated, becomes unshakable. You stop fearing hard work and doubting your path, because you prove every day that you're built different. People notice. Those who once outshone you wonder how you surpassed them. Those who quit watch you rise, not due to talent, but because you were more consistent, because you understood the cost and paid it daily. Success honors those who pay full price. Your emotions fade, your dream doesn't, your mood flickers, your legacy lasts. How you live, train, and show up adds up. So do it anyway, show up anyway, execute anyway. Every excuse buried is one step closer to freedom. Every task done without mood is strength added to your foundation. One day the world will see your results, not the struggle. They'll see the standard built by doing it daily, regardless of mood, sacrifice, or comfort. To command greatness tomorrow, that is progress's law. You can't stay warm, idle, entertained, and expect to rise above mediocrity. Comfort is gross enemy. It whispers lies. You've done enough. You deserve rest. Leaders trade comfort for challenge. They give temporary ease for permanent power. Greatness doesn't live with comfort. It lives beyond hard choices, early mornings, long nights, and total commitment when others quit. You don't grow strong doing what feels good. You grow strong doing what's necessary, and necessary is often painful, inconvenient, isolating, but every sacrifice sharpens your edge. Every effort over ease widens the gap between you and average. Comfort tells you to relax, delay, settle. That voice is a trap. It wants complacency, ordinariness. Every time you give in, you fall farther from your true potential. Every resistance takes command of your destiny. Greatness belongs to the disciplined, the ones who endure boredom, master repetition, eat rejection for breakfast, and choose the hard path because it leads to transformation. It's not about one day's intensity. It's about a lifetime of intensity. Sacrificing comfort means saying no to indulgence, waking early when others sleep, studying when others scroll, grinding when others gossip, choosing purpose over pleasure again and again, until it becomes your nature, not your burden. Comfort is where dreams die, where potential is buried. Everyone with regrets says they stayed comfortable too long, waiting for the right time, waiting for ease, waiting to feel ready. But greatness is already moving. If you don't move with it, you'll be left behind, wondering what might have been. To command your future, first command yourself. That starts with sacrificing who you are for who you must become. Today's comfort is cheap. Tomorrow's glory costs more. You want freedom, power, respect. Earn it. When the world bows and rewards come, standing in the life you built with discipline, you won't regret. You'll feel pride, not because it was easy, but because it was hard, and you conquered it anyway. Most choose comfort and get neither peace nor progress. They wake years later confused about being stuck, bitter, envious. Those who choose discomfort embrace the grind, sacrifice small pleasures for massive purpose. They live with fire in their eyes. They command respect because they live with choices. They don't chase, they draw in. Greatness naturally pulls toward those who've endured the cost. The world doesn't reward comfort. It honors persistence. It celebrates those who endured hardship early, so they could rise higher later. You won't always feel motivated. Excitement isn't guaranteed every day, but that doesn't matter. What counts is whether you can keep moving when motivation fades, whether you can act without applause, whether you're ready to postpone ease to gain control. And if you are, nothing can stop you. Winners embrace discomfort as part of the journey. They don't view sacrifices as suffering, but as preparation. While others avoid pain, they accept it. While others complain, they adapt. While others quit, they rise. That's the difference. Every great legacy was built on sacrifice. Every empire, every revolution started with someone who gave up short-term ease to create lasting impact. They refused convenience to pursue mastery. They declined fitting in to rise above. Now their names are etched in history. Others just watch. You must decide. Are you here to blend in or stand out? To feel good or to become great? You can't have both. Give up comfort today, and one day you'll wake up living the future you dreamed of. The life you want already exists. It's waiting past hard work and unseen sacrifices. It's beyond every tough night. You show up even when you don't feel like it, and each time you move closer. Every denial of comfort grants you more control. Every choice of discomfort expands your capacity for greatness. This is how it's done, always has been. No shortcuts, no excuses. Only sacrifice, discipline, and an unbreakable decision to claim greatness because you earned it. No one else was willing to pay the price. No discipline means no direction, and no direction means no destiny. It's that simple. Without discipline, life is noise. You move but go nowhere. You wake but accomplish nothing. You start but never finish. You have energy but lack focus, wasting years drifting and deceiving yourself that movement equals progress. Discipline isn't just a habit, it's a compass. It shapes your path through chaos, silences distractions, and sharpens your focus on what matters. With discipline, you don't need 100 plans. You need one, and you commit fully. You refine it, execute it unemotionally. That's how empires rise, through steady, purposeful action. The undisciplined chase everything. The disciplined chase one thing until it's theirs. Without direction, life reacts to circumstances instead of commanding them. You wait for motivation rather than create results. You get lost in gossip, drama, distractions, urgent but empty things. But discipline and direction give you identity and purpose. You move intentionally, walk away from the unnecessary, ignore the crowd. You don't seek validation because your certainty is fueled by discipline. And with certainty you become unstoppable, not because you're louder or faster or stronger, but because you're focused. Focus beats chaos every time. An undisciplined life is costly. It wastes time, energy, and opportunities unnoticed. The worst cost, it keeps you average. Average thoughts, average results, average presence. Discipline rejects average. It demands growth. It stretches, pushes, breaks, and rebuilds you sharper. It doesn't care about your feelings or your past. It demands consistency now, because greatness respects only action. No discipline means no boundaries. No boundaries mean no self-respect. You become vulnerable to every distraction, emotion, and opinion. The world owns your attention when you don't. But with discipline you control your time, your energy, your life. You decide what comes in and what stays out. You stop apologizing for your standards and stop justifying your grind. You aren't chasing approval, you're building legacy. And legacy comes from structure, commitment, and knowing what matters enough to cut away what doesn't. Direction doesn't happen by accident. It's forged in stillness, clarity, and sacrifice. It requires you to stop numbing yourself with noise and start facing the truth. You aren't owed a great life. You build it. And you do that by treating your time as precious, waking with discipline, attacking your vision even when no one's watching. Especially then, the world respects discipline. It may resist at first, mock your routines, question your focus, but eventually it bows to your results. Discipline lets you delay what feels good for what creates greatness. It teaches endurance when it's boring, persistence when it's heavy, and effort when it's quiet. Most people only move when inspired, but inspiration fades. The disciplined are immune to moods. They work in rain, cold, loneliness, because their goal isn't optional. They've seen what's possible and decided it will be theirs no matter what. Discipline narrows your options so destiny can unfold. Without direction, you're a leaf in the wind, rootless, drifting, never growing. The disciplined stand like mountains, choosing a path and walking it with resolve. Every step compounds confidence. Every sacrifice grows strength. Every challenge sharpens the edge. Discipline isn't pain, it's power. The power to govern yourself, to shape your days, to become rare. The power to live by principle, not pressure. Want destiny? Take control of your direction. Want direction? Master discipline. Every goal you've written, every dream you've dared is possible if your actions match your vision. You don't need more inspiration. You need structure. Less talk, more work. Less hope, more planning. Discipline is the answer. Direction is the path. Destiny is the reward. You don't drift to greatness. You march with purpose every day. Whether easy or not, whether you feel like it or not, you do it because it must be done, and you're willing. Winners train their minds like athletes train bodies. They don't leave mental strength to chance. They build resilience through repetition, discipline, and focus. Like athletes don't skip workouts. Winners don't skip the hard thoughts, they face, shape, and dominate them. The mind is a battlefield. Those who neglect it become slaves to emotion, but those who train it intentionally become unbreakable. Victories start in the mind before they show in life. You don't get strong by thinking softly or feeding your mind noise. Winners protect their mindset. They fill it with clarity, challenge, truth. They rehearse success mentally before it arrives. While others entertain themselves into mediocrity, they keep their minds sharp, calm, locked in. They know mental weakness shows in habits, so they root it out and replace it. They build a foundation unshaken by fear or failure. Most train bodies for looks. Winners train minds for outcomes. They seek dominance, mental, emotional, focused under fire. While others panic, they stay composed. While others doubt, they believe. While others quit, they recalibrate and push forward. That's not luck or personality. It's training. You build a strong mind like a strong body. Repetition, pressure, consistency, and refusing weakness. You don't get mental power by hoping. You earn it by battling excuses and gaining clarity. Winners program their thoughts like athletes program moves, with intention and repetition. They visualize success and obstacles, preparing for the fight. When chaos hits and the old you wants to break, mindset wins. Toughness is born. Every no to distraction, every push past doubt, every performance under pressure is mental weightlifting. Weak minds break silently, but trained minds endure privately to conquer publicly. Winners rehearse hardships before they arrive. They don't pray for ease. They prepare for difficulty. They've faced it mentally thousands of times, so when the moment comes, they stand firm. Mental training is essential. Without it, talent falters, drive fades, confidence slips. But with a trained mind, even average people produce elite results. Want to rise? Train your mind. Start with intention, not impulse. Choose thoughts like nutrition. Speak clearly. Act decisively. Reject weakness. Winners refuse negative self-talk. They refuse scattered focus. They drill beliefs, correct language, audit inputs. You can't build a lion's mind feeding on sheep's noise. You must consume discipline, breathe focus, and demand every thought serves your mission, or delete it. A strong body without a strong mind is a liability. It looks powerful but crumbles under pressure. The mind commands, the body obeys. Winners know this. They meditate like athletes train, journal like pros track workouts, visualize goals with intensity. Others waste chasing attention. They've decided their mind is the machine, and it will be tuned, sharpened, forged until unbreakable. The mind isn't glamorous. It's lonely, silent work. It's confronting fears, upgrading beliefs, deleting excuses, demanding more without applause. But that's where true victories happen. The world sees results, but winners know mental reps built them. The sharpness of mind determines strength of outcome. They never leave it untrained or exposed. They armor it with discipline, shield it with perspective, aim it with ruthless clarity. You're either training your mind or being trained by the world, building control or handing it to every emotion, opinion, distraction. Winners don't leave mindset to chance. They lead it. They sharpen it daily because a trained mind outlasts talent, outworks passion, and outperforms motivation. The mind is the battlefield. The one who wins it before the day starts is the one who walks away victorious. So decide now. Will you train your mind like a champion, or let it waste away? Build discipline to think with purpose or drift with the weak. You don't need more excuses or distractions. You need command, focus, the relentless choice to master your inner world until nothing outside shakes you. When your mind is trained, your body follows, action follows, results follow, and so does the life you've always wanted. Winners aren't born. They're built one mental rep at a time.